Another point that I didn't mention is the issue of, let's say that you have intestinal issues, let's say possibly diarrhea caused by chemo. This is a relatively frequent issue. So what do we do when we have this type of problem? What we recommend now are probiotics. Probiotics are useful bacteria. Bacteria that we find in certain yogurts. And when we have diarrhea caused by chemotherapy, we need more than just yogurt. At that point, we can eat what's called therapeutic yogurts. I'm not sure, I don't know if you're familiar with BioK. These are yogurts with 50 billion bacteria per capsule. So we take either the container or the capsules. Sometimes it's easier to eat the capsules with a mix of bacteria or the little containers, and that way you can get through diarrhea and reestablish the digestive tract. The other thing that you've possibly heard about is green tea. Is it interesting? Is it worth it? I would say that yes. Green tea is a good drink. And if you want to use all of the bioactive elements in green tea, we recommend that it be infused for at least 10 minutes, that you let it steep for 10 minutes. So I also recommend that you take it early in the evening, early in the day, not late in the day, because green tea does have caffeine and theine that could prevent you from sleeping. So you want to benefit from green tea, but you don't want to be subject to the side effects. You don't want to stay up all night. So drink it early in the day, infused for 10 minutes. And you can have 2 good cups of green tea per day, but don't drink it after maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think I've covered a good portion of what I wanted to share with you this evening. I'm going to ask Ms. Pizon if we can open up the question period. Yes, absolutely. Ron, please. Yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now we'll just move on to our question and answer period. If you have a question, please hit the star 1 on your phone. The system will then take your question, and they will come in order of, if you're using the hands-free function, our first question is from Paul Trimont. Yes, hello, Ms. Lagacé. Your talk was very interesting. I took 3 pages of notes. Very interesting. Oh, you have just as many notes as I have. Yes. So I wanted to come back to your point number 2, preventing nutritional deficiencies. You talked about that. Yes. Well, in my case, unfortunately, I had not a nutritional deficiency, but a bone deficiency, okay? And so after chemotherapy and radiation therapy as well, unfortunately, after that, I lost bone mass in my hips and in my spine. What could I have done to prevent this substantial loss? Good question. Prevent. Were you already eating lots of high calcium foods, or? Well, I think so, but I already had a little bit of an issue before, a little osteoporosis issue. Obviously, when I got cancer, then the osteoporosis was combined with the cancer. I had all these treatments, and I found myself with a serious deficiency. Now, could I have done something? I mean, just with nutrition, would I have been able to counter this? Obviously, with all of the problems with regards to nausea and loss of appetite and that sort of thing. Well, I mean, we don't see this every day, of course. What I would have suggested, and I suggest again today, is to increase to a substantial level your vitamin D. Okay? Vitamin D is really important for the bone and the muscle. And we said that it even has more of an impact when it comes to preventing fractures than calcium. So I would suggest that rather than taking 1,000 units, international units, of vitamin D, I would recommend 2,000 or 3,000 per day. Okay, and I don't think it's too late. Obviously, we can't entirely repair damage, but can you do a little bit of physical activity that requires the weight of your body? Yes. Okay, so that'll help as well. Okay, so even after? Yes, because now I'm in remission. So I can take at least 1,000. Well, 1,000 is the starting point. I think that you can go to 2,000 without any trouble. And it'll help absorption. And what you could do is you could get that test that I mentioned earlier to mention your to evaluate your vitamin D levels. That's a test that you can get at any lab, and you ask for the dosage 25 OHD. 25 OHD. Okay, that's vitamin D in the blood. Oh, that's used to build this and the other thing. Yes, exactly. And that'll tell you, it'll say, okay, well, the reserves are low, the vitamin D reserves are low, the parathyroid, which is the hormone that manages that, vitamin D can neutralize the parathyroid, okay? And that dosage can help, but, you can do your blood test quite quickly, and you can take vitamin D very quickly as well. Okay, so if I'm already taking 1,000, I can go up to 2,000. Yes, without any trouble. Yes. And continue your exercise. But, it's a question because I don't have the answer. The physician who saw that, did he or she find that this was something usual or unusual? Your bone loss. Well, it was my family doctor. He was quite surprised. He prescribed medication. The hydrogel? Yes, exactly. Didn't tell me about vitamin D at all at that point. I took the medication for a certain time. I had to stop them because they were giving me some intolerable intestinal side effects. Yes. I started to take vitamin D, as you mentioned, because like many people, I go onto the internet and get information, and it seems to slowly, by little, reestablish itself. Okay, and the other elements, the bones, that's sort of where all of our minerals and salts are stored. So all of the magnesiums, calciums, all of those elements, the zinc, manganese, and a multivitamin if you take one. If you don't take one, I would suggest that you start taking one. But a multivitamin will help complete the work because it's not just calcium that plays a role. I think the magnesium was very important, at least in my case. It gave me some better results than just with calcium alone. Yes, I agree. Well, thank you. That answers my question. Thank you very much. You.